All right. So we're doing our next one, which is Skithiryx. Blight Dragon. Pretty cool commander. I'm going to win most of my games through damage, commander damage. And mostly I'm going to suit him, which means I'm going to put stuff on him, like equipment and things like that. And I'm going to one-shot people. And that's kind of the thing, is to just one-shot them with the infect damage. And I'm also going to play a lot of infect creatures, like Vector Asp, which you could play black to give him infect. I'm also going to play Plague Mirror, which is artifact creature that gives, you can use him for mana. He also has infect. I've got Mirror Retriever, who is a artifact that gets artifacts from your graveyard when he dies. Super good. Leaden Mirror, that's another artifact that adds mana. Plague Stinger, Infect Flyer, Fencer Might, which is an infect lifelink guy. Super cool. Morbid Opportunist is a really good one for drawing cards if you're playing a lot of kill spells, which I am in the mono black. Icarats, which is an infect creature, as well as when he dies, or I mean when he enters the battlefield, he gives everybody a poison counter. So that's each player, that includes myself, but it's worth it because it gives everybody this stuff. Night Howler, which is the he's gonna give Skithiryx, or if I enchant him on one of my other guys, +X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards, so that counts my opponents too. Phyrexian Crusader, who is like the best infect card ever printed, or one of them, because he's got pro red, pro white, and he's a first strike 2/2 infect for 3, which is great. I've got Whispering Spectre, which whenever he deals combat damage to a player, I can sacrifice it. If I do, that player discards a card for each poison counter they have. So if they have a handful of cards and I end up hitting them with this guy, I can discard him, and then they discard their hand. Septic Rats, also another infect guy. Whenever he attacks, if the defending player is poisoned, he gets +1/+1. So he's a 2/2 infect. So if he gets the +1/+1, he deals 3 infect. And then of course Solemn, which is just an amazing card, and Avatar Woe, which is one of my like all-time favorite cards. I don't know, it's not very good in today's Magic, but it is probably my favorite card of all time. Yeah, I love that card. Also in this deck, I'm going to be playing a lot of artifacts. So I've got Executioner's Capsule, which sacrifice it. You pay 1 and a black, tap it to sacrifice it to destroy something, which is a super good artifact. Codex Shredder, so I can mill people's top card. And then I can also return a card from my graveyard to my hand with a sacrifice of it. Soul Guide Lantern, Nile Spellbomb. Both of those are going to do like the same thing. They're both going to take care of graveyards. Eye of Vecna, which is actually an amazing card. It's one of my new, like, this card's great. I don't know why people aren't playing it. But when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, lose 2. Beginning of my upkeep, I may pay 2. If I do, draw a card, lose 2. So it's like incidental card draw, and then it also just replaces itself, which is great. Mind Stone, obviously great. Ichor Wellspring, ETBs draws a card, which is fantastic, or when it's put in the graveyard. So if it dies or I sacrifice it, get to draw another card. So it replaces itself, and then it draws an extra card if something happens. Damping Sphere, which is just going to make it so that way people can't add crazy amounts of mana. Cranial Plating, which is why I play so many artifacts. Equip creature gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. It equips for 1, it costs 2. And then it's got an ability, which is black. So the ability allows you to equip at instant speed. You just attach it, and that's something that can really help out, like putting Skithiryx and giving him, like if I swing with Skithiryx and they don't block, I can play black to equip it. You can't equip at instant speed, but because that's an activated ability, you can do that. Sword of War and Peace, equip creature gets +2/+2 plus pro red and white. It's also got an ability on it. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, Sword of War and Peace deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand, and I gain 1 life for each card. So it's great. Nettle Cyst, which is also like another cranial plating, but it also counts enchantments. Pristine Talisman for incidental life gain, it adds mana. Lash Wraith, which is like what is that guy? The guy, Night Howler. Lashwraith is pretty much a Night Howler, and so is Bone Horde. Both of those are like the same kind of thing like that. Hedron Archive, which is incidental card draw, on top of it being a really good mana rock because it taps for 2. Seer's Sundial, which is another way of having incidental card draw along with more artifacts. You know, it's whenever a land enters, I can pay 2, draw a card, which is great. And then Batterskull, which is just probably one of the best equipment ever printed. Fantastic. It's just a fantastic card. So, like I said, I'm using a lot of equipment just to suit up Skithiryx and do like one-shot kill people type things. Illness in the ranks, creature tokens get -1/-1, so that way I don't lose to token strategies because I am a mono black deck. I'm trying to 1-for-1 with kill spells and not trying to get overrun too easily. I got Underworld Connections for card draw along with Phyrexian Arena. Both of those are going to draw me cards and do all the good for me. Fairy Tauntings, which is a really cool card. So whenever you play a spell during an opponent's turn, you may have each opponent lose 1 life. And because I'm playing so many kill spells, I'm going to be playing cards on their turn. So it's great. Knight of Soul's Betrayal, which just kind of gets rid of all of those like incidental white weenie or 1/1 decks. Super good. And Leyline of the Void to, once again, make it so that way I don't lose to graveyards. And then we get into these spells. So obviously, you know, you play Dark Ritual, which is just an incredible, amazing card. I'm playing a lot of these Not Dead After Alls, things that like when my creature dies, I get it back from the graveyard. And the reason I'm playing that is that I want to stick Skithiryx and I want to keep him on the battlefield. So if somebody tries to kill him, I can just Not Dead After All. He goes to the graveyard and then boom, he's back on the battlefield. So I'm just trying to do a lot of stuff like that. Funeral Charm is just a really cool card that does a lot of things. You can make them discard at instant speed, which is fantastic. It's also a kill spell for something that has a 1 toughness. And then I can give him Swamp Walk with this as well, so then they can't block, which is super good. Fatal Push, obviously really good. Cut Down, another really good kill spell. Tragic Slip, one of my favorite kill spells because it not only does it kill something, but if you have Morbid, -13, -13, it actually, so because they're negative counters, if they have Indestructible, they still die, which is fantastic. Go for the Throat, which is just a really good kill spell. Orcish Medicine, which is another one of those things that makes my guy either indestructible or lifelink or something to bring him back. Doomblade, this is my textless Doomblade, which is just an awesome card. Doomblade is destroy target non-black creature, which, you know, that's great. Heartless Act, which can remove counters from creatures and then also just destroy creatures. Fantastic. Blot Out, which is another instant speed, take care of something, and it makes them sacrifice their like biggest creature, which is great. Blood Pact, instant speed draw. Hero's Downfall, just one of those cards that's just really good at instant speed, kills a bunch of stuff. Bloodchief's Thirst can be a 1 mana kill spell or kick it. You can do more. Feed the Swarm, a black staple because it's the only way you can get rid of enchantments in black. Sign in Blood, another draw spell, which is really good. Collective Brutality, a card that I really, really like. Yeah, Collective Brutality, a card that I really like. You can escalate it. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an instant or sorcery card from it. They discard. Target player, target creature gets -2/-2, or target opponent loses 2 and you gain 2. So just a great card. Night's Whisper, another one of those card draws. Read the Bones, another card draw. Choking Sands, this is a cool one. Destroy target non-swampland. If it's a non-basic, it deals damage to them. So it's just a really good way to get rid of pesky lands. Sever the Bloodline, another way to get rid of tokens, or if somebody's making a bunch of copies of something, you just exile target creature and all creatures with the same name, and then it can also flash back. So let's say somebody that you're playing against makes, I don't know, like 4 of something, you can just sever the Bloodline that guy and it kills all of them. So just a super cool card. Massacre, it's a free, all creatures get -2/-2 because obviously you're gonna have a swamp and more than likely somebody at the table is going to have a plains, so that's really good. Languish, which is a really good board sweeper. Siphon Mine. This is one of the cool cards that I play. Each other player discards a card from his or her hand. You draw a card for each card discarded this way. So if you're playing against 3 people, you know, you cast Siphon Mine, everybody discards, you draw 3. So it's really cool. Black Sun Zenith, probably my most nostalgic board wipe, because this was huge when I played Standard, and I just really love that card. And Exsanguinate, obviously, because you need life gain in mono black because you're going to get targeted, and it's just a great late game card. So that's it. I mean, the lands are just kind of normal lands that you play with and things like that. So this is my mono black Skithiryx deck. The whole name of the game is to get Skithiryx on the battlefield and suit him up with Cranial Plating or Nettlecyst, Sword, Bone Horde, Lash Wraith, Batterskull, and we're just trying to one-shot somebody. And that's the name of the game. And if we can't keep Skithiryx on the board, then we have other infect guys we can suit and boot. So trying to one-for-one people with some of our kill spells that we play, trying to make sure that we're keeping people in check with our enchantments, and then just trying to suit up a infect guy with one of our equipments and just kill him one shot. Just try to one-shot people. And that's kind of the mono black deck. Really simple. Really just a really simple deck.